What it do? What it do? What it do? Grand Risings, man. This rotation gonna be the greatest in every rotation at the rag. Choices, chances, and changes. Dedication, determination, and discipline. If it ain't adding value to you, cut it and don't add value to it. My 2 cents. You can either cash out, throw it in the wishing well, and wish me well. So everything I say, take it with a grain of salt, to each his own. I don't eat where you and you don't where I eat. You know what I'm. So always do your research. If you new, you don't know what to do, hit D. All of the above. Like, share, comment, subscribe, man. Let's get it, let's go. If you stressed out, make sure you stretch the like button. Make sure you smash the like button. Respect to all the tribal members that been vibing with me. And shout out to the new tribal members and the new trolls in the community. Y'all see me. But I ain't gonna be no chatty patty, man. You wanna get down with the music, you wanna vibe with me on the music tip, you feel me? You can go on YouTube, or you could go on SoundCloud, and you could type in 781 THEVBYZ. Any donations, contributions, or assistance on the journey, the channel, or you wanna invest in ADB, my music, it'll be Cash App $ 781 THEVBYZ. And respect and shout out to those who contribute and donate and show honor and respect in any type of form or fashion. From the comment section, the likes, sharing it, downloading the content, you know what I'm saying, engaging with me. All that entice me, you know what I'm saying, to keep on going harder and drop more drops. You heard me? But we at the new section. I'm getting it started, getting it situated, getting all my materials together. As you can see, it look a little messy and shit, but that's just my boxes. Got my Earl, so I can go cook me some, break my fast. Got my other little pot, and got my little, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. I ain't been back because it rained like a couple days. But, I'm putting some money to the side to get a new phone, to get some new shoes, and most likely to get a tent, because this is what I'm working with right now. My little sleeping area. I gotta go see if I can find some more pallets and shit like that. Cause I wanna build like a little cabin. I wanna build a little house while I'm out in the woods and shit, while I'm stationed here. But enough of me, you hear me? Enough of me being a chatty patty. I wanna chop it up real quick. I think it was Diesel, shout out to Diesel. I think it's 3871 Diesel. Shout out, you know what I'm saying? One of the tribal members, somebody in the community. They had a request. They wanted us to chop it up. You heard me. Wanted us to joke about smoking weed and being on semen retention. Now, I've been marinating on that shit for a minute. You heard me? Like, I had to marinate on that bitch. I ain't gonna go straight at that motherfucker because there's so many different variations when it comes to this topic, right? So I'm on SR. Diesel on SR. We on SR. This the home for the SR gladiators and gladiatress. You understand what I'm saying? Now, how I look at it, being on SR and smoking weed, to each his own. Some people call it weed, some people call it cannabis, some people call it ganja. You know what I'm saying? I call it medicine because I don't get high. I get medicated, you know what I'm saying? And I have participated in burning the herb, you know what I'm saying, while living this lifestyle. And I'm gonna tell y'all, and I'm gonna share with y'all my results, right? So first and foremost, this lifestyle, this practice, you heard me, it's literally to give you that clarity. It's literally, you know what I'm saying, to connect your lower self with your higher self, your God body, you know what I'm saying, with this physical body. Turn this physical body to your God body, then your God body gonna get elevated as well. You know what I'm saying? Now, everything in moderation, first and foremost, you know what I'm saying? And then it's also about how you utilizing the plant, because when you on this practice, semen retention, celibacy, you're a Brahman, you understand what I'm saying? See, when you saving your life force essence and stuff like that, you know, you starting to lucid dream mode, vivid dream mode, you know what I'm saying? You start to have more control and more visualizations when you are in that dimension, when you are in that realm, you know what I'm saying? You getting that dream sleep, you know what I'm saying? You recovering the body, the mechanic shop. So sometimes when you smoke cannabis, it can take away you from having dreams, and your dreams got meanings. Your dreams could save you. Your dreams got different things, different conversations coming from your subconscious and your unconscious mind. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes smoking cannabis can hinder you. Sometimes it can help you. It depends on your situation. Like, for example, if you on S-Aura and you got into a car crash or some shit, yeah, it'll be the time to eat you some cannabis. Smoke you a little bit of cannabis. But if you got in a car crash and you're on SR, you're going to heal faster than a normal man would that's not. And also, you giving yourself that extra push, you know what I'm saying, that extra zing when you eat the cannabis, when you smoke the cannabis, or you drink the cannabis. You understand what I'm saying? So when it comes to getting down, when it comes to fucking with the cannabis, you heard me, smoking, eating, drinking, the medicinal properties, you know what I'm saying, it got cons and pros, right? So, I mean, to each his own. They say sometimes weed make people lazy. It make them sleazy, you know what I'm saying, make them not as productive as they usually would be. And that's to each his own, you know what I'm saying, because some things to people that's a downer, it's the upper. Some things that's the upper to people, it's the downer. It's all about how your chemical makeup, you know what I'm saying, react to such stimulate, you dig? So me, I don't see no problem with participating in cannabis, you know what I'm saying? Just like if you drink, if you like alcohol, I don't see nothing wrong with you having a bottle every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I ever was to drink, I gotta be celebrating some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, to each his own. Everybody got their own different therapeutic vices and shit like that, but you know, everything in moderation, nothing wrong here and there. Because to be real with you, bro, it's answers in the leaves. You understand what I'm saying? This is a sacred plant. Out of they got multiple herbs, multiple plants, but out of the 5 medicinal, known, famous plants, cannabis is one of the famous plants for its medicinal properties, right? You got recreational and you got medicinal, you know what I'm saying? You got medical. And when it comes to medical, that's for people that got severe PTSD, chronic back problems, insomnia, you know what I'm saying, epilepsy, people that got eating disorders and shit like that. So at the end of the day, this cannabis may benefit you and it may harm you, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, everything in moderation. I don't know what your body can handle, you know what I'm saying? But me, I know this cannabis is a medicinal plant, right? That will also stimulate the lower chakras. That will also feed energy into, you understand what I'm saying, the sacral chakra, you know, because when you take cannabis, right, it's green, right? So that means automatically, this is how I look at it, right? When you smoke cannabis, yeah, you get a little psychedelic effect. I mean, nowadays the shit is THCA, it ain't THC. But if you got THC, you know what I'm saying, yeah, you're gonna get a little psychedelic effect. But as it trickles down, you know what I'm saying, the body, the vehicle, what color is cannabis? It's green, right? So it's basically to get you to connect with your higher self, even though that is part of the lifestyle, part of the practice, part of the, you know what I'm saying, alkaloids that come when you activate your actions and participate in semen retention, life force essence, celibacy, brahmachari, right? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, to each his own, but like I said, the color of this plant is green. So that automatically lets you know that this plant is going to be activating and stimulating and allowing you to connect with your heart chakra even more. You understand what I'm saying? The color of these objects we participate with or put inside ourselves or we surround ourselves with release a specific type of vibration, right? So you fucking with the herb, you heard me? You're smoking, you know what I'm saying? You get your Dutchies, you got your Juicy J's, you heard me? You got your Swishers, your backwoods, however you get down, you know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, man, that this is somewhat a sexual stimulant, right? It's like like weed is like going to the store and going buy a honey pack, going pop a Viagra, you know what I'm saying? Going pop a thing of ecstasy. It got those type of chemicals, those dopamine chemicals inside that herb. You heard me? And when you eat it, you drink it, you smoke it, you activate those particles. You know what I'm saying? So if you haven't trained yourself on the wet dream spectrum, you know what I'm saying? You haven't trained yourself fully off of lust. You don't want that to open up any doors, any gateways, because they say, you know, they call weed a drug, man. They call it a gateway drug. Whoopty whoop. To each his own, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's all about how you utilizing something. Because they say the same way a gun is to keep you safe, it's the same way a gun could be dangerous if you use it in the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody going running in the house and somebody protecting their house. Two different situations being applied with that gun. One form is being aggressive, one form is being defensive. You feel me? So if you utilizing this to better yourself, you know you're not utilizing this shit to escape your reality. Because when you on SR, bro, when you on semen retention, you celibate, you a Brahman, you definitely can't escape your reality. You starting to see, notice, realize, feel, marinate, and dwell within more of your reality when you step onto this practice. And you know, from my experiences, cannabis, it is not no escape. It's not no escapism to me or for me. If anything, it brings me closer to my higher self. It opens up my heart chakra. It allowed me to get more, you know what I'm saying? More answers that I've been seeking because, like I said, man, it's answers in the leaves. You know what I'm saying? It's answers in the bottom of your jaw. It's answers in the bottom of that bag. You know what I'm saying? It's if you utilizing it for spiritual practices, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with cannabis, but you gotta realize what comes with activating that plant within your bloodstream. You understand what I'm saying? The appetite, you know what I'm saying? The mind state gonna alter. The appetite gonna be stimulated, you know what I'm saying? Because like when you smoke it, yeah, it's going into that crown chakra, stimulating, charging up, you know what I'm saying? Then it's going into that first eye, you know what I'm saying? Then it's going down to that throat chakra. You dig? That's why a lot of people want to freestyle, want to rap or become more social. Me, when I participate in cannabis, I don't want to talk. I don't want to be bothered because this is a sacred practice for you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing this to get high. I'm not doing this to get by. I'm not doing this so that time could pass by. I'm not doing this because I'm miserable, I'm depressed, anything like that. I suggest anybody that's miserable, depressed, or going through bad times, you really don't want to use any psychedelics because that'll make the experience worse. You know what I'm saying? You're not in a good mind state. You're not in a good head space. You know what I'm saying? Your emotions, you know what I'm saying, not in a healthy state. Your intentions not in a healthy state. Your finances not in a healthy state. That's not a risk you want to take. You know what I'm saying? To each his own. But like I said, man, this is one of the most spiritual plants that we have on this realm of reality. And majority of the population in society abuse it. But if you set the right intentions, you speak to the plant, you know what I'm saying? You set the right intentions with the plant. You dig? You set the right emotions with the plant, the right energy with the plant. Then it's going to be beneficial for you because when you on SR, bro, your vibration is high as fuck, right? So if your vibration is high as fuck and then it's higher than the vibration of cannabis itself, you don't want to participate in cannabis because that could bring your vibration down. You know what I'm saying? Now, if your vibration is rising and is not really past the vibration of cannabis itself, then you participating in cannabis ain't gonna harm you. You understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes you gotta get high to come down, and sometimes you gotta come down to get high type shit, if that makes sense. You feel me? But what I had something specifically I wanted to say, you know what I'm saying, about this topic as well, you heard me? But like, if you know you lazy and shit, you know what I'm saying, you know you're not gonna eat healthy and shit, you gonna fall off track, you're not gonna be dedicated, determined, and disciplined, it's gonna fuck up your choices, chances, and changes. Don't fuck with it, bro. Or if you wanna have it in your body, because we are born with natural organic CB1 and CB2 receptors, right? CB1 is cannabinoid 1, and then CB2 is cannabinoid 2, right? So CB1 is basically going to get fed from taking CBD, eating CBD, drinking CBD, CBD oil and shit like that. That's going to feed your CB1 receptors, right? But the CB1 receptors and the CB2 receptors are hand in hand, right? But see, the CB1 receptors are fed more by cannabinol, which is mostly found in God damn it, let me slow down. Which is mostly found in CBD oil, right? And then the C2 receptor is mostly found more in the psychedelic form of the plant, which is THC, and the offsprings to THCA. Because you know you got CBN, CBD, CBG, you got all these different, you got HAC, you got all these different see, that's what's going on nowadays, you know what I'm saying? They want to get so detailed, they want to get so much into the details and genetically splice things into different manners and shit like that. But the most potent form is THC. You dig? Now, say if you sick of some shit, you want to take some THC syrup. That's gonna get you right, man. That's gonna shake your back, you know what I'm saying? But just to get high, to get by and shit, that ain't gonna help you out, man. You know. And one of the deadliest things about smoking cannabis while on semen retention is that you can't see your dreams. You're not gonna have. I mean, some people have dreams, some people don't. It's like, it depends. Like, say if you smoke right before you sleep, you might not have no dream. But say if you smoke early in the day, you giving your mind some time to, you know what I'm saying, clear up and shit, you may have a dream. Now me, I be having dreams when I do smoke cannabis. You know what I'm saying? But it don't be as vivid and strong as when I don't smoke cannabis. You know what I'm saying? When I don't smoke cannabis, my dreams are way more vivid. I got way more control and whoop-de-whoop like that. And I see the kind of smoking cannabis and you not being able to see your dreams or participate in your dreams or be active in your dreams, you could really not be able to help yourself or prevent yourself from meeting a Jezebel or running from a Jezebel or defeating a Jezebel, because you're not even active in your dreams. You don't even see what the fuck going on in your dreams. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, this is a medicinal plant, especially if you're doing it for spiritual purposes. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, to each his own. But while you on this lifestyle, man, you got one of the purest, greatest connections with Source. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want any outside endeavors, you know what I'm saying, to interrupt that frequency. You know what I'm saying? When you in flow state, when you got connection to self, you know what I'm saying? To each his own, man. It's like some people feel like weed make them stupid, make them slow, make them dumb. Some people, it make them more creative. It's all about the way that your genetics is lined up, the way you operate, the way your brain work and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what you could deal with, you know what you're not capable of dealing with, you know what I'm saying? So you got to keep that shit in mind. To each his own. But long as this, if it make you more creative, if it connect you with yourself more, you know what I'm saying, you can still pay attention to your dreams, you can still get good sleep, you know, keep your oral health right, keep your hygiene right and stuff like that. Man, smoking cannabis shouldn't be much of a problem to you, but you shouldn't be doing it all day, every day. Everything in moderation, because when you overuse it, confuse it, or abuse it, you know what I'm saying, the purposes of why you started it is no longer there. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying. I might make a part 2 of this motherfucker, cause I like these conversations we've been joking on. You heard me? I like these little, you know what I'm saying, how we been shooting the breeze lately. You heard me? But Yeah, man, you don't wanna participate in smoking cannabis if your vibration is already high as it is. You're already focused, you're already locked in, you already got the ball rolling and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you stressed out, you don't wanna smoke because you stressed out. You want to utilize that plant because you in a good mood, you in a great mood. You want to elevate that. You want to receive more answers and shit like that. You never want to get anything to cushion the blow. You know what I'm saying? That's what the whole point of this semen retention, celibacy, brahmachari lifestyle is about. You know what I'm saying? You taking away all the cushions and shit. You don't want nothing to cushion the blow. You want this pain blood raw. You heard me? You want this pain raw. You know what I'm saying? Because you utilizing this pain is fuel. You dig? Because pain, hatred, envy, jealousy, all that is gas. So the thing about that is you gonna pour it on you or you gonna pour it in you. You know what I'm saying? You pour it on you, then when you get caught on fire, you hear me? Don't complain. You hear me? But when you pour it in you, you dig? That's to get you to A to B, A to Z, to get you to your destination. You feel me? But like I said, man, it's answers in the bottom of the pot jar. It's answers in the leaves. You know what I'm saying? I participate in it here and there, time to time, day to day. You know, to get higher answers. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep my homeostasis right, keep my CB1 and my CB2 receptors on a righteous level. You understand what I'm saying? And I also make a lot of music, you heard me? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's like one of my tools, you know what I'm saying? I don't always smoke to make music, but sometimes I make music and I smoke. Sometimes I don't make music and I smoke, but it don't have no effect to me. You did, because it's all about the mood. It's all about the intentions. It's all about the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Once you master these vibes, you master your vibes, then no vibe outside you, you know what I'm saying, could really take over you or hinder you or put you under submission, you know? Because when you smoke cannabis, it does make you a little bit sedative. It does make you a little bit open to suggestions and shit like that. So you want to watch that, because when you on SR or you celibate, you're a bra man, you are susceptible to most suggestions. So you gotta watch those suggestions. But it's always mind over matter, and what you say goes.